Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm pleased to introduce Amir, one of my students, who will be giving a presentation on the topic of phishing. Phishing is a type of attack where the attackers send fraudulent emails or text messages that appear to be from a legitimate company or organization in order to trick their recipient into revealing sensitive information or data such as a password, credit card numbers, and social security numbers. Amir has taken the time to learn about phishing and prepare this presentation for us today. I'm confident that his presentation will be informative and helpful. Please join me in welcoming Amir to the stage. Okay, Amir, welcome to our new session in cybersecurity and phishing. Go ahead. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Omid, and good afternoon. May I start my presentation?
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Thank you.
Phishing. Attempting to obtain information such as username, password, bank account information, or some other important information by spoofing a website, email address, fake page is called phishing. Or to put it more simply, when a person tries to trick another into obtaining his personal information, a phishing attack occurs. In other words, phishing is a type of cyber attack that is often used to steal user information, including login information and credit card information. Because phishing involves psychological deception and relies on human error rather than software or hardware errors, it's considered a type of social engineering attack. Social networks and online payment websites are among the targets of phishing attacks. Phishing attacks usually use a fraudulent email that persuades the user to enter sensitive information into a fraudulent website. These emails usually ask the user to change their password or confirm their credit card information and then redirect the user to fake websites that look like the real ones. We go to talk about it deeply a few minutes later. One of the remarkable features of phishing is the element of surprise. These emails are received when the victim is not expecting it. Attackers can schedule emails so that victims receive them while they are distracted by other things, such as work. It's impossible to focus and pay constant attention to suspicious emails, and scammers know this well. Sans Company, which is one of the most reliable companies in cybersecurity, has written on its website that in 2023, phishing ranked fourth among cyber attacks, and according to the use of ChatGPT by hackers, it will definitely go to a higher rank. Phishing history. The phishing method was described in detail in 1987. This term was used for the first time in 1995. The word phishing is shorthand for password harvesting phishing, where the letter PH is substituted for F to convey the concept of deception. How does phishing work? Phishing or online thief in practice is done as an exact copy of the graphical interface and the appearance of an authentic website, such as online banks. First, the user is directed to this fake page through email or advertisements of other sites. The user is then asked to enter information that can be important and sensitive, such as username and password or credit card information. If the user is misled and enters his information, phishers gain access to the user's personal information. For example, a hacker creates a website exactly like your bank's website and sends you an email that's very similar to your bank's real email address and tell you that for greater security of your accounts, you must fill out a form in the bank's website and put a malicious link in his email that it will direct you to a fake website. And when you go to that website and enter your information, you have you have actually given your information to the hacker with your own hands. This example can be for your social network accounts, or there are many other cases as Fisher start by determining who their target victims will be, both at the organizational and individual levels, and develop strategies to gather data they can use to attack them. For example, he find the bank where you have an account or the company and organization that you have a contract with. Next, the fisher creates fake emails or fake web pages and then send message to victim to trick them. Fishers then send message that victims believe to be trustworthy and launch the attack. Once the attack is deployed, fishers monitor and collect data that victims provide on fake web pages. Finally, fishers use the collected data to make illegal purchases or commit illegal acts. Among the target sites of this work, we can mention the sites of PayPal, eBay, online banks, social networks, and online shops. Information that phishing sites may request from user. Username and password of the user. User phone numbers. Bank account numbers. Private codes for each person. Credit card numbers. User's birthday. User identity information. Ask questions like what the user likes. Requesting the user's family information. For example, names of parents. The consequences of phishing attacks. Although phishing is designed to target individuals, but if a phishing attack is successful, it will have irrepa- it will have irreparable consequences for both individuals and organizations. Cybercriminals can gain access to personal and corporate programs by having logged-in user information and lock owners' access to accounts by changing passwords. This issue becomes especially problematic when the attacker sends apparently legitimate message to different users through email and eventually the entire network is compromised. After entering the organization's network, hackers can use the permission they have obtained from people to install malware that can shut down corporate systems or steal money and intellectual property. Due to the level of control that managers have in their organization, failing attack can have a severe impact on the company. These attacks have caused millions of dollars in damage to organizations, in addition to the financial damage and the loss of the organization's capital. In some cases, customers' data has been compromised and the organization's reputation has been damaged. Types of phishing attacks. Email spoofing. Perhaps the easiest way to phishing is to send an email. In the email phishing method, the fraudulent person sends an email that has a deceptive appearance and is similar to the email sent by banks. The email is designed in such a way that the user is encouraged to click on the link or attachment of the email. For example, an email was sent to us by the bank. In the text of the message, it's written, there is a problem with your account. And to fix the problem, click on the link to enter your account information. And we will fix the problem soon. But the email is from hacker. For some time, you may receive purchase order email that encourage you to read an overview of purchase in the attached file. This is a scam. And if you open it, the open document downloads and installs dangerous Trojan on your system. The email may seem official, but this is an attempt to give the impression of legitimacy. Cybercriminals often hide behind names of legitimate companies or governmental agencies to increase the number of infections. Voice phishing or phishing. Not all phishing attacks require a fake website. In this method, the user is contacted by phone and the caller claims to have called from the support of a specific organization or department and tried to get the user's personal information while talking. For example, during work hours, someone calls our phone and introduces himself as an employee of the bank where we have an account and asks us for some information to register for the lottery. SMS phishing or smishing. In SMS phishing, a message is sent to the user which often contains a warning text for a bank account, for example, receiving a prize, so that the user is encouraged to click on the link. Or you may receive fake message from post, and if you click on the link, an attacker installs spy trojan or keylogger on your device and can watch your text. And if you type your username and password to log in your accounts, he can collect them. Social media phishing. In social networks, the fraudster send post or message to our personal account. He may fake the account of our friends and be in contact with us for a while and then commit fraud. For example, a message is sent on Instagram direct from one of our friends who has a rare disease and needs money for hospital and surgery expenses. Or a link may be sent to us with the title of getting 10,000 free followers for the page. And when we open it, we should enter in our username and password to log in. So we have given our login information to the hacker. Typosquatting. Typosquatting, which is also called brand thief, is one of the most common methods of phishing. In this method, links and addresses of unreal fake companies and organizations are sent through email and direct visitors to fake websites. These sites have the name of the main site in their address with minor spelling mistakes and differ from the main addresses in only one or two letters. We may not even receive an email and manual. We may not even receive an email and manually enter the website address in the browser. But due to carelessness, we typed one of the letters incorrectly. And if the hacker has already predicted these mistakes and creates a website exactly like the website we are looking for by entering the information, the most basic of which is the username and password, our information is now in the possession of the hacker. And Mr. Omid, I remember that you told me before that, for example, I buy a domain for my website with the name Amir.com,
Yes,
as you can
exactly.
see in the
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. And the hacker buys a domain with the name of Amir.core and creates a website completely similar to my website. And as you can see in the picture, Amir.com and Amir.core are very similar in appearance. And there is a high possibility that users will be deceived and enter a fake website.
Amir,
Spear
please
phishing.
back your previous page and zoom in
Yes.
on M. From above, Amir.com. Yes, that's it. Yeah, yeah. Zoom in, zoom in. Okay. On the yeah. Okay, okay. It's okay. Okay, another one. The fake of one. Okay. This is CORN, but the true address is COM. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Spear phishing. Phishing attempts aimed at specific individuals or companies are called spear phishing, targeted phishing. Unlike bulk phishing, spear phishing attackers mostly collect and use personal information from their targets to increase their chance of success. This type of phishing is more complicated because in normal phishing, the hacker doesn't know who might be fooled, and the victims are random, and those who do not have enough information. But in spear phishing, the hacker tries his best to trick a specific person. In other words, spear phishing is a targeted attempt to steal sensitive information such as credit accounts or financial information from a specific victim, often for malicious reasons. This is achieved by obtaining personal information about the victim, such as his friends, hometown, employer, online purchases, and place he visits. The attacker then poses himself as a trusted friend via email or other online message to obtain sensitive information. This type of attack is the most successful from the obtaining confidential information on the internet, accounting for 95% of attacks. Whaling. It's a type of spear phishing that targets rich and important people, such as CEOs or government officials. Clone phishing. In this model, the attacker used a valid email that has already been sent and copies the contents of the email to another email that contains a link to a malicious site. The attacker then claims that this link is an updated or new link, or even say that the previous link has expired. Pharming. In this type of phishing, the attacker infects the DNS record and DNS cache. As a result, users of a legitimate website will be redirected to fraudulent websites that the attacker has prepared in advance. This type of attack is the most dangerous because the DNS records and DNS caches are not in the control of the user, thus leaving him completely defenseless. Note that in this type of attacks, human error is not only thing that happens. And even if the victim is completely focused and enters the correct website, he will still be redirected to a fake website. To get more information, you can go to DNS attacks video in the channel and view the DNS hijacking section. Man in the middle in phishing. If the attacker is smart, he can use the man in the middle attack as a supplement to make the phishing look more realistic. For example, through man in the middle attack and packet sniffing, he finds out that you have bought from an online shop website. Then he immediately sends you an email or SMS and put himself in the place of the shop manager and say, the products you have chosen are discounted by 50%. And if you want this discount to be included, place your order through a link below. After clicking on the link, you enter a fake website that looks exactly like the original website. And by entering credit card information and passwords, the hacker now has both your credit card details and passwords. Advertisements. Paid advertising is another method of phishing. These fake ads use domains that the attackers have typo-squatted and paid to increase the search ranking of these ads. These ads may be even be uh, among the top search rankings when the searching for services or reputable companies such as Netflix. These fake websites are often used as a phishing tool for sensitive information that includes financial or login information. Malicious applications. Phishers may also use malware as a way to introduce surveillance malware and steal sensitive information. These programs can be in the form of antivirus. For example, you have installed a program called antivirus, digital wallet, but these programs contain a keylogger and sends everything you type with your device to the hacker, which may include usernames and passwords or other important information. How to detect phishing attacks. Scammers trick you into giving them your personal information via email or text message. If they get this information, they can access your email, bank, other accounts. Fraudsters conduct thousands of phishing attacks every day, and they are often successful. Phishing emails and text messages may come from a company you know or trust. They may appear to be from a bank, a credit card company, social networking site, an online payment website or application, or an online store. Phishing emails and text messages usually tell a story to trick you into clicking on the link, opening an attachment. Their story may include the following. They say that they have noticed some suspicious activity or logging. They claim there is a problem with your account payment information. Say you need to verify some personal information. Contains a fake invoice. You will be asked to click on a link to make a payment. Say you are eligible to register for the prize and anything else. Swapping methods. Using anti-hacking and anti-phishing software such as Komodo Internet Security, which prevents hacking with its powerful file. In order to prevent the increase in phishing statistic and information theft, users' awareness should be increased, what we are doing now. Emails asking you to fill out a form should not be trusted every time. You should not provide your user account information to sites. Users must use special bank portals to pay online. Try to ignore spam emails in your accounts and delete them. The best defense against phishing is to thoroughly review incoming emails. Have you been waiting for an email with such a subject? Have you ever suspected that the information that the other party is trying to obtaining is not actually related to him? If you are in doubt, do your best to contact the email sender in different ways. Check the content. You can type part of the email content into search engine to check if there is a history of phishing attacks using this method. Do not open the attachments in suspicious emails that are sent to us, which are generally Word, Excel, and PDF. Check the URL. Without clicking on the link, check that it starts with HTTPS and not HTTP. Keep in mind that this alone doesn't guarantee the validity of the site. Check the URL carefully for misspelling, unusual letters, or numbers. Update our browser. In the new version of popular browsers, the problems related to security are solved. Try to update our browser as often as possible. Always put multi-factor authentication for your account. Conclusion. Phishing is one of the most common and widely used methods of cyber attack. Although email service providers filters do a good job of preventing famous email spoofs, you still need to be careful. Be wary of any attempt to get sensitive or private information from you. If possible, confirm that sender and the requests are valid through different communication methods. Avoid clicking on links in email containing information about security incidents and make sure that HTTPS is present at the beginning of the link addresses. Thank you to watch my presentation.
Okay, Amir. I'm glad to hear that you are satisfied with Amir's defense of this lesson of phishing. He has put a lot of time and effort into learning about this important topic and sharing his knowledge with others. I hope that Amir's presentation can help people to learn about phishing and to protect themselves from phishing attacks. Phishing is a serious threat to everyone, and it is important to be aware of the signs and how to avoid them. Okay, Amir, thank you for your presentation. Rest for 50 minutes, and then I'll see you back here.
Thank you too, Mr. Amir, Mr. Omid.
Okay, uh, welcome back, Amir. I'm proud of you for your accomplishments. Uh, Certainly, here are 15 common questions about phishing attacks. Uh, and Amir, I want to know your answers. Okay?
Okay, Ustad.
Okay. First question is, what is a phishing attack? Please introduce about phishing attack very less topic, not too much.
Sir, I don't have your voice. Sorry. Can you repeat your
Can you hear
question?
me? What is a phishing attack?
Okay.
Okay, it's the first question. Answer that. What is the
What is
phishing
phishing
attack?
attack? Just yes, phishing attack is attempting to collect information, credential information, or important information by trick a victim.
Okay, it's better to, yes, it's true, but it is better to say phishing attack is a cybercrime technique where attackers impersonate legitimate entities to deceive individuals into revealing sensitive information such as their password, credit card details, personal data, or etc., or credential data. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, question two. How do phishing attacks typically occur?
Uh, Phishing attacks is by human errors rather than software or hardware errors or pen testing. And if victims doesn't have enough information, he may be put in the fisher's tricks.
No, I talked about phishing attacks typically occur. You said
For
that in your
example,
presentation. Okay, go
for
ahead.
example, when fisher make a fake page and it's his fake page is exactly like a real page. And if the victim doesn't pay attention, uh, he can fraud and put his information in the fake web page, and the fishers can collect them easily.
Okay, okay. As you said in your presentation, phishing attacks commonly occur through fraudulent emails. You said that about these fraudulent emails in your presentation. Fraudulent emails, text messages, or websites that mimic trusted organizations and trick users into providing their sensitive information.
Yes, of course.
Okay, next question. How can uh, identify a phishing email, or how can you identify a phishing email?
Okay. Um, for example, we should have some checklist for ourselves. For example, if we are uh, if we are waiting or if we uh, needed these emails, for example, if email if we receive email from an online shop, we should check the URL or check the URL and the name of brand very completely. And if we are waiting for, we should ask uh, ourselves that if we are waiting for these types of emails or not. And don't click on the links, or when we want to put our information, our personal information, we should pay attention very much.
Phishing emails often contain spelling or grammar mistakes. You talk about uh, grammar mistakes and spelling check in your presentation. Grammar mistakes, generic ratings, urgent requests for personal information, or suspicious links. Be cautious and verify the sender identified before providing any sensitive data. Okay,
Yes.
next question. Uh, what should you do if you receive a phishing email?
Mm,
Can you hear me?
yes, yes.
Okay, let me know your answer.
Okay, we should check the email completely. For example, as you say, uh, there wasn't a letter mistake in the name of brand or the name of or addresses of email, and we check that if there is a link, it should begin with HTTPS. And if, for example, there was a link that wants to direct us to a website, it's better to we write the addresses of a website in our browser manually and don't click on the link.
Um, the best answer, if you receive a suspicious email, it is better to send it to cybersecurity department. If you receive a suspicious email, do not click on any links or provide any information. Instead, report it to your organization IT department or cybersecurity department or the appropriate authorities. Okay, next question. How
Can
can I?
we, Mr. Omid, I have a question.
Yeah,
Sorry. Can we copy the content of the email and search it in
no, it is
the?
better to forward the original email to the IT department or cybersecurity department. It is
Okay,
better to do not take any action.
okay,
First step, uh, uh, the best and first step is forward it to the cybersecurity department.
okay, okay. I note that.
Okay, uh, question 5, right?
Yes, yes,
How,
yes.
okay. How can I protect myself from phishing attacks? Or
As a,
how can you protect yourself
you mean
from
as an
phishing?
individual person,
Yes,
not organizational, individual.
organization. You work organization or a financial department. You work as a, commercial department person.
Uh, Mr. Omid, I think the best preventing technique is to increase my knowledge about phishing. To don't put in Fisher's tricks.
Uh, yes, but you can protect yourself from phishing attack by being cautious of unsolicited requests for personal information, verifying the legitimacy of websites and emails, and regularly updating your security software or any fraud detection. For example, if you are using Google Chrome, you can update your Google Chrome because Google Chrome adds some uh, phishing detection service. Okay,
Okay.
question
Okay. Okay.
6.
Yes.
What is spear phishing?
Okay. In the normal phishing, the fisher, for example, make a fake page and share it on the net, and he maybe doesn't know who may fraud and write his information. But in the spear phishing, it has a really target. For example, uh, I want or a hacker wants to get personal information from a specific person, and he tries to gather some information about that specific person and tries to trick himself.
Spear phishing is a targeted phishing attack where the attacker carefully researches the victim and customizes the phishing attempt to increase its chance of success. It often involves personalized message and information specific to the victim. It is very important to know. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Uh, how can you spot a spear phishing attempt?
It's number seven question.
Yes, number 7.
Mm, spot.
How can you spot a spear phishing attempt?
I have no idea about it, Mr. Omid. I should
Okay,
search about it.
spear phishing attempts may appear more credible since they include personal details about the target. Be cautious of emails that mention specific projects or organization you are associated with, especially if they request sensitive information or credential information or society numbers or etc. Okay,
Okay,
next
I
question.
noted.
What is farming?
Okay. Uh, we make a video and post it in your channel before. Farming, when happened that the DNS hijacking occurs. For example, victims write exactly correct address as website, but because the records of DNS are spoofed and they are hijacking, the DNS server redirect the victim to a fake website that phishers make it, and it's correctly like the real or original website.
Yes, exactly. Farming is a type of cyber attack where attackers redirect user to a fraudulent website without their knowledge. There is a achieved by tampering with DNS settings or manipulating the host's file on a user computer or access point or etc. Okay, number 9. How can I
Yes.
protect yourself? How can uh, how can you protect yourself from farming attacks?
Mm, in for farm attacks. Uh, uh, I think I should sometimes do DNS flush to clear the cache of DNS or update my antivirus always. For
Uh, uh,
example,
Please note that you are not IT man or cybersecurity department. You're a normal person, work in financial department or commercial. Okay, so you
Okay.
didn't uh, have a deep knowledge
Mm,
to flush your DNS. As you know, uh, you can't type flush DNS every minute,
yes.
every second.
Oh. Okay, so it's a very dangerous attack because a normal person is so defenseless
No, Amir,
against.
in your presentation, you talk about HTTPS. Okay, to
Oh,
protect yourself
okay,
from
okay.
farming
Yes, yes.
attacks, to protect yourself from farming attacks, ensure your computer has up-to-date security software. Use HTTPS enabled websites and regularly check your DNS settings for any unauthorized chains. But if
Okay.
you install cybersecurity software such as a semantic uh, antivirus, it can alert to you if DNS change or any change in your host file.
I should search about it later,
Okay,
more deeply.
n- number 10. What is smishing?
Smishing means SMS phishing, and it's it's occurs when the attacker uh, uh, sends a SMS message instead of emails, you know. And for example, he tries to trick us by an fake SMS and put his malicious links in his message that SMS it to us.
Okay, okay. To disclosing personal information. Yes?
Mm. Yes, yes,
Okay. Number 11.
yes.
Can can phishing attacks occur on social media platforms?
Can it happen?
Uh, social media platforms.
Okay,
Can
you
phishing
means
attacks occur on social media platforms? Is it possible to phishing attacks work on
yes,
social
of course.
media?
It's
Okay,
yes, yes.
okay,
I explain about it.
yes, I'm waiting for it.
Okay. For example, it has different methods and different techniques. For example, hacker or fisher can make a fake page. For example, in Instagram, he can make a
And fake
fake page and
profiles.
what?
Fake page and fake profiles.
Yes,
Okay,
of course. Yes, yes,
okay.
yes. Fake profiles is better.
Mm,
Fake profiles and its profiles is like our friends profiles,
mm.
and he should and he contract with us for a while, and for example he ask us for some money and he say I paid you it later. Or, for example, another technique is that today people very like to have followers and they try to uh, get more and more followers. And some fishers send a message to them and say, for example, if you want to increase number of your follower, uh, log in below link and we get you 10,000 follower. And when they click on the link, the victim should type his username and his password to log in. So the fisher can collect his user and password information.
Okay,
And
or by
cricket.
tricking users into revealing personal information or downloading malware. such as,
Yeah,
for example, they can send a link that please log in your Instagram. If you didn't do, we disable your account, or your account being hacked by someone. Please click to check that. Okay,
yes,
12.
it's
12. What is the purpose of a phishing attack?
uh, it's to collect the personal information or important and credential informations of victim by themselves. You know, the fishers try to trick persons and try to trick persons that the victims writes their information manually with their hands, and the fisher doesn't need to the uh, doesn't need to penetration to their network or their websites or their social accounts or anything else.
Uh, The purpose of the phishing attack is to obtain sensitive information such as a login credential, credit card numbers, or personal data. Attackers can then use this information for financial gain, identify theft, or other malicious activities. Number 13. Uh, what should you do if you have fallen victim to a phishing attack?
Uh,
It means that you face with phishing attack. What should you
okay.
do if you have fallen victim to a phishing attack?
If the information was about username and password, I should immediately change them. And if it's about uh, uh, card, credential, or it was about my bank information or credit card information, I should immediately go to the bank and change the information, such as passwords
Okay,
of the.
okay, it's true. You can ban your accounts if
Yes.
your account bank account theft, or change your password immediately. But it's important, more important, that contact your financial institution if necessary and report the incident to the appropriate authorities, such as cybersecurity crime, or something like that. Number
Okay.
14, can organizations protect themselves from phishing attacks?
Yes, they can. They should they should increase the knowledge of their employees about these types of attack, because the phishing attacks is in human terms, and if the employees have enough knowledge and information about this field, they can protect themselves.
Okay, it's true. Organization can implement various security measures to protect themselves from phishing attacks. This includes employee education and training and use best practices, implementing the strong email filters and using two-factor authentication or MFA, multi-factor authentication, or use passkey. Okay, the last one, number 15. How can you report phishing attacks?
Report phishing attacks.
Okay, I answered this question. You can report
Yes.
phishing attacks to the anti-phishing working group. It means APWG at reporting phishing at apwg.org. Additionally, you should report any phishing attacks to the organization being impersonated and your local law enforcement agency or cybersecurity department or related person authority. Uh, Okay, thank you, Amir. Please note that while these answers provide general information, it is important to stay updated on the latest security practices and consult with cybersecurity professionals for specific advice.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
Amir, thank you for this session.
Thank you,
And
Mr. Omid, for your time that give it to me.
okay. Okay, see you in your next uh, session and your next defense of your lessons. And be careful. Thank you.
Thank you and goodbye.
See you. Bye now.